What's up everyone, Passage Jams here, back with another video, not a review, because I felt like I needed to take a slot up, unfortunately, of reviewing an album, which I wanted to do today, but in my past 8 years of reviewing music as a hobby, and doing it for almost 3 years on YouTube now, I have never seen the music community and the music industry in general in an absolute dumpster fire and in shambles. This is the last time I'm going to be talking about this, and I hope that it doesn't annoy y'all, which it probably is. I'm so annoyed about it, but I just feel like it needs to be talked about. It's honestly disgusting. It's hurting. It hurting the some artists, and it's just stupid all around. And it something needs to be recognized here, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. A little bit of a rant here and there. I am on nobody's side. All sides need to be handled, and just take precaution and recognize what they're doing, and just take a chill pill. So if you don't know what I'm talking about Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign's latest released Vultures, which I did a review on my last video a couple days ago. I gave it a decent score, mildly positive. But as y'all know, if you haven't seen it, I perceived it in a way that it had way too much sexual content in it, which is wouldn't necessarily hurt the album in the way that it did, but when it's 70 to 75% of the album, it's very annoying. It's repetitive. It's like as if he has nothing else to talk about, and that is very disappointing coming from Kanye West, the person that I back up as the most influential and the greatest artist of all time. And that is like I mentioned before, I do not support or listen or give into whatever crazy shit that he says. Whatever he says, it goes past me. Not saying that I don't care. I in my personal opinion, I think it's wrong, but I try to separate the art from the artist. And you there are plenty of artists, not just Kanye West, who have done horrible slash said horrible things in their lives, and we still listen to their music today. I'm not here to talk about them, but he is not the only example, and he will not be the first and only and last example. Anyways, what I'm talking about here is the absolute shit show of Vultures 1, the release itself and how it's being perceived, and what is the future of the album itself. So starting off, there were talks of samples from Ozzy Osbourne and Donna Summer's "I Feel Love" that were not cleared, and Backstreet Boys as well for Everybody, which didn't make the album because they didn't clear it because he was gonna get sued if he did, and most likely he is now because he put on Donna Summers for "Good Don't Die" on the album and used Ozzy Osbourne's ad-libs for "King," the track that basically ruined whatever reputation he had. The track that established himself as, you know what? Yeah, I know I'm these things. Yeah, I know I'm an asshole. Yeah, I know that I'm this and that I'm bad in general. But you know what? Whatever I put out, you are still going to listen to it. And he is right. He 109 countries and top number 1 in every single country. He has clearly shown that he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's saying. And I'm not here to make a political video or anything like that. I'm talking about the music industry itself. Because now, "Good parentheses Don't Die," that album, I mean, that song has been taken off on Spotify, and I'm not sure about Apple Music, but I'm pretty sure if it hasn't gone off of Apple Music yet, it will. And Apple Music is trying to take down the album itself. Fuga, the distribution company, claimed that the album was not set to be released this year and are trying to take it down altogether. Vultures 1 is an absolute dumpster fire. The situation is madness, and I've never seen something like this in the past years of me doing this as a hobby, and diving more into like news and like personal backstory, what's going on with artists and their situations, lawsuits, things like that. Mo- Another thing from like the second part of this video are he was going on a rant about Taylor Swift. He mentions Taylor in the album, and he I think he mentions he mentions her twice in two separate tracks. I know for sure once, but he went on a rant talking about, like, he made her famous, and that he's not the enemy here, and that she should just like recognize him and respect him for, like, making, bringing her up, being her upbringing. Who cares? That's over and done with. You have clearly made that point back in 2016 on the life of Pablo. Leave her alone. It doesn't really matter anymore. And now the Swifties, I can't believe I'm talking about this. But the Swifties have called an emergency meeting to overthrow him on the charts, and have said to claiming to buy as many copies and units of Beyonce's latest single, Texas Hold'em, to take him off the charts. Why are you going to do that? When you think that you're going to help an artist, you're not helping an artist. You're being selfish, and you're helping your own artist for your own gain. I haven't heard the track Texas Hold'em by Beyonce, but Beyonce has nothing to do with this. You might think that you're helping her, but when you're just buying units in bulk just for the fuck of it, it doesn't do anything. You're not supporting the artist, you're just supporting yourself. That is not how, things should go. Are there people who might do that out there? Are there artists that buy their own units in bulk? Who knows? Maybe they do. But when you outright say something like this and you think that you're helping somebody, you're not. You're just making it worse. Both sides are ridiculous. The whole situation is in shambles. And I can't even begin to just comprehend the it's ridiculous. It's an absolute dumpster fire, the whole situation. Anyways, I just think both sides need to chill out. Swifties, just, you think you're helping, but you're not. And Kanye, he needs to just shut up and, focus on the upcoming lawsuits and get together with his lawyers, because he's gonna need it. And by the way, with Taylor Swift, I'm not blaming them, but I'm just blaming the fan base. I recognize every fan base has, their own crazy kooks and whatever, like, hardcore fans. I'm a Kanye West fan, and I recognize him as the greatest artist of all time. But it is so hard to have a conversation with somebody and back him up with all the shit that he says, even when it's bleeding into his music. I I honestly don't know where to go with this. I have been nonstop thinking about it, which is why I'm making this video. I have been rambling for 8 minutes. I am not against anyone here. I have recognized Taylor Swift. Have I'm open to giving her a chance, and I am honestly thinking about reviewing her past albums. Her Taylor versions are the ones that I have been recommended to listen to, as the older versions were taken over by Scooter, and I think that was her manager or something like that. I'm open to that, and I plan on doing a series on that if that's something that might interest y'all. Because, there's a really bad rep around her and her music, her fan base. I'm just trying to see what this is all about. I have never really heard her music like that, and I just want to put this all to shame. So I'm not here to attack anyone specifically. I'm just here to recognize that this is fucking ridiculous. I've been rambling for 9 minutes now. I apologize if this is annoying, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about this topic, but I just had to. I unfortunately had to take up a slot of an album review, which I was so excited about, but it's just so ridiculous and it needs to stop. Hope you are looking forward to the next review, and I hope this situation clears up. Pass the jams out.